Oh, no, no. My physical games. Ugh. Fucking future. Ugh. Folks, I got bad news. We're approaching a certain time period. We're on a roller coaster that's heading for a big fall, and I'm talking Final Destination style because we're in the era of the death of physical video games. I hate to say it, but it's true. As we enter the ninth generation of video games, we see the rise of Game Pass, the fall of the biggest physical game retailer known as GameStop, the release of new consoles that include digital-only versions, and mark my word, this might be speculative, but by the end of this generation, I do believe we will have a digital-only PS5. I believe in 2, 3 years they released a slim version, digital-only. This is the generation we lose the fucking disc drive. I don't want to say it, but it's true, folks. I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't believe it. And this is, of course, what they want. You make more money when you sell digital games. This is exactly what the sons of bitches want. Cut out the middleman. Well, guess what? There's a certain middleman they didn't account for. Me, motherfucker. The middleman that they didn't account for. The middleman they forgot. The Rambo of middlemen. Hiding in the bushes, waiting to strike. Always present. Fucking abandoned by the powers that be. Fellow people, fools like me, collectors who still value these things, these cases, this artwork, these discs. Now look, I'm fully capable of admitting that there are definitely advantages to digital games, obviously. But I feel like the people in the other camp, they're not willing to grant the same thing to physical collectors. Because, let me tell you, don't let them fool you. Physical games absolutely do have advantages over digital games. You know what, folks? I want to fucking throw some out right now. Number one, when a new game comes out and it's $60, you can typically find that same game on eBay. Now look, it won't be dramatically cheaper, but you will get a discount. Number two, back to the value thing with games. Now, oftentimes when games get older, they get marked down digitally, of course, too, down to $20. Well, guess what? There's still a thriving used games market because on eBay, a lot of same games that will cost you $19.99 digital years after the release, you can get those same things for $10, $15 on eBay. Value. Number three, video games that are physical, they transcend time. Let me explain. Not now, the classic retro games and stuff, you can find them digitally, but most old games are not available digitally anymore. I think I can speak for most collectors when I say that we all have like obscure video games and hidden gems that they're not gonna fucking publish elsewhere. If I want to play a great game like Armed and Dangerous, I only have one fucking route. And the same applies to plenty of other hidden gems and obscure forgotten games of the past that are still quality. You only got one way to play them. You gotta get that fucking plastic. You gotta get that fucking disc. Finally, and probably the most practical reason to go physical is that Wi-Fi sucks in America. I'm sorry. It takes me forever to download a fucking update. I'm not gonna fucking sit there while 50 gigabyte games download that takes fucking days for me. We all don't have the luxury of amazing fucking Wi-Fi here in America, okay? Not just even middle America, even on the coast. I got a data cap. You know how much of my data cap would be eaten into by 50 gigabytes? Plus, I mean, the disc is just the way to go for that. You download the game from the disc. Not only is it faster from the disc than over Wi-Fi, but also it doesn't eat into the data cap. That's the reason to have physical games, and honestly, bad Wi-Fi in, say, the Midwest and stuff is probably going to be the thing that keeps physical games around the longest. And you best believe I got plenty more reasons than that. I can go all fucking day. I can go hour by hour, day after day, year after year. I will defend physical games, and I will die on this hill. Fucking A. Gets tiring just fucking going on and on. Feels like a losing battle. Man. Doesn't even matter what argument I make. I mean, the death of physical games will come as I stare into the abyss and ponder this future. I mean, we all know it's coming. I don't know. Maybe it's just a hoarder mindset that makes me chase these plastic cases. They chase the version of something that occupies space within my home. I don't know, maybe I just cling to nostalgia. You know, we all have those memories of the past. You know, I know you folks have those memories too, I'm sure. Going to the store as a kid, or the movie rental place, finding that game on the shelf. You know, reading the text on the game, the front and back, looking at the pictures, thinking about it, taking the game home and just taking the plastic off maybe. It's like all the magic and like memories that go with physical game copies. Like maybe you went to a friend's house as a kid and you had it sitting on the counter, about putting the disc or the cartridge in the console and that feel. I don't know, man. That magic doesn't seem to be captured by digital games, especially, if you want to have 800 Nintendo games on an emulator, that's fine, but it just doesn't capture the magic of putting the cartridge in and hitting the button. I don't know, maybe I'm just insane. I know it doesn't sound logical to people listening, but there's a certain magic to that split second. That split second when you put the physical game in the console, that split second before whoosh, the TV lights up with the visuals and the sound of the game displayed on the TV. It's just so tactile and like just the magic to it. I keep saying magic like this is a fucking Disney Kids video or something, but just the magic to it. I don't tell you. I mean, believe it or not, you folks might not know this because I'm so young. I remember VHS and I remember renting movies from a store. We had a DVD rental store in my town called DVD Now. For somebody in the early 20s. I don't know how to describe it. I feel old. I feel like an old man. The era and time I remember has faded away. The school hallways me and my friends once walked are a past memory. The memories in those hallways, the games we talked about, the movies we talked about, the jokes we made, all faded away, washed by the waves of time upon the sand. As corny as it sounds, I wonder if any of our energy or spirit lives on in those old school hallways still. Sometimes I wonder. Even if maybe a teacher has thought of us at one time, or, as I suspect, will have completely faded away. The school hallways belong to a new generation, or, well, our time has passed. When I was a kid, I always thought I'd be hip and cool, but now I don't understand the youth at all. What the hell happened? I just don't get the kids anymore. They're on their computers, playing Fortnite and Minecraft. I don't know, man. Kids today, listening to rappers whose names all start with little, vaping, wood-colored hair. I guess vaping's not bad, or wood-colored hair. Does seem rather like dumb things to throw at a whole generation. I mean, they don't really matter. Jeez. What have I become? Become an old jaded man. How the fuck? I guess life passes you by. I don't even know where to fucking put this cigarette. Fucking obstacles of life. Enough energy to power another video. As I ponder on how I became an old man. So happens, funny enough, to be a box of photos sitting next to me. Pulled this little gem out. Young me, the poke, probably having fun. Man, gone down the process that turns your relatives on Facebook into what they've become, making nonsensical posts about the youth. These crazy kids. Jesus, I've become one of them. How did I become old and jaded? Complaining about kids today, moving away from physical games. I mean, it is their generation. They're gonna make changes, of course. I mean, not bad changes either. I mean, I guess they're probably better for the environment, too, not to have all that plastic around. I mean, at the very least, can't say it's a bad decision. The kids today are becoming less hurdles. They're less buying frivolous things, less space being taken up, less clutter. Doesn't sound too bad. And, I mean, plus, with physical games dying, I mean, I haven't even played a lot of these games yet. I own a lot of these games I just haven't played yet. And yeah, I'm worried about down the road not being able to get as many of these in the future yet. Haven't played any of these, and I mean, luckily there's still tons and tons of physical games on eBay and out in the used market I have yet to play. I mean, you look at some of the mega collectors like John Hancock and how many he has. I mean, we're not going to run out of physical games to buy anytime soon. It's not actually that bad when I think about it. The death of physical games isn't bad. It's sad. I'd prefer it didn't happen. But it's not a major tragedy, I guess. I think I'm going to be okay. I think we're all going to be okay. I mean, the benefits of game collecting anyway is all about the community. The people in it. The spirit and the culture. The games have never been what this community is about. The game collecting community has been about camaraderie. A shared interest. It's never been about these. This is just the glue that holds us together. But there's tons of the glue still out there. We're still unified. The game collecting's still strong. It'll survive. The future generations, game collecting's not for them. They're not nostalgic about it, but that's okay. Game collecting will be here for the people with the memories. And it might get even cheaper in the coming decades with less interest. In 20 years we might be free of scalpers. We might be free of scalpers and the nonsense that happens now. We might be able to reach that end point and fully embrace the nostalgia and have bliss. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Not down in the dumps anymore. Not on the bottom anymore. I've boosted myself. I can rise back. I can rise up again. Nice. God, it really is okay. Again, that sad day is coming. Physical games are doomed, but there's still so much opportunity, you know. This is gonna be corny, but folks, the Voyage doesn't have to end. Let's stay on this fucking joyous ship. Keep the voyage going. It's no man overboard. No, you don't have to jump. Ship's gonna keep going fine, and if the day comes that we go over the waterfall, so be it. We'll go out singing a sea shanty to be remembered by all. And you know what? Physical games, but guess what? Game collecting culture's still going, motherfucker. I mean, think about it. Not just games. You get your games from eBay. Toys, plushes. I mean, look at this mug I got. It looks like a Halo plasma grenade mug. Solid metal. That's what's great about gaming. You know, there's movie stuff, I have posters and stuff, but gaming, especially in the retro gaming community, well, it's almost about celebrating the culture of games at the same time. The spirit of games. The joy of games. The very essence of video games. Because if you're watching this, there's one thing we both know. We both know these are not just pieces of plastic up on this shelf. They're not just pieces of plastic. They represent a lot more. They represent memories, nostalgia, the spirit, joy, essence, options, viability, positivity, connections, a whole community. So folks, if you're watching, let's do this. If you got a drink on you, beer, soda, water, doesn't matter what it is. Energy drink, I drank one earlier, so, which is typical. I want you at home, let's all pull one for physical games. I got a Jones here. A toast to physical video games.